So in front of me here I have my first ever custom built keyboard, and I'm pretty proud of how it's come out. So I have the Next Time 75 keyboard kit, which is the case, PCB and the plate, it all come in one. That cost me $51. It also included stabilizers, which I replaced. So as you can see in this little bag, these were the stabilizers that it came with. If I take one out, here it is. So if you are buying this keyboard kit, I would recommend changing these stabilizers out. They are lubed very little, but yeah, I brought Durock stabilizers and changed them out. To be exact, they were the Durock piano plate mounted stabilizers. These were £6 each, which is equivalent to $8.10. So I got the case, I switched out stabilizers, and then next I brought Chery MX Browns switches. I brought 88 of them. That cost me $37.69. I lube these switches, and again, this is my first time building a keyboard, so it's possible I overlube them, but I like how it sounds. So the lube I used was Krytox 205 grade 0. This is the one I've seen in majority of the YouTube videos, so I went along with it and used it myself. I also lubed the stabilizers, the Durock stabilizers, with the same lube. And there's also this volume knob that came with the keyboard. It was in silver and I disliked it, so I did actually buy a glorious one for £11.99. Only issue with this replacement is I couldn't actually push it down because it's too large. With this keyboard you can change the volume by spinning it, right to go up and left to go down, and then you should be able to push it down to pause and play videos or music or whatever. But as this one is taller, I'm not able to, but it does come with the silver one if you're happy to keep the silver one. Also, if we're talking dollars, this came to $16.20, this volume knob. And finally, I brought GMK Artic keycap replicas, and these came to $35.99. I'm not too up to date on the keycaps, but I know they are expensive, so I mean, personally, I'd prefer to go with the copycat version, since they probably are basically the same, and they still sound great. So that is all the parts that I've brought. So adding it all together, it came to £114 and 72p, and then if you're transferring that to dollars, that is $154.95. So I'm not too sure if there are pre-built 75 keyboards with the spacing like this, which sound like this. So I'm pretty happy with what I've got for the price. Only thing I dislike is the sound of the spacebar, which we'll go over in a minute when I do the sound test. But I'm pretty sure if I do a whole mod, it might sound better, or if I added O-rings, which I do have here, and I will put them on in a second. I'll do a sound test with the O-rings and without the O-rings on the spacebar. So yeah, overall I am very happy with this build. It came out just like I wanted it. If you are planning on buying this Next Time 75 keyboard kit, I would recommend changing the stabilizers like I've already said, and possibly the volume knob if you don't like silver. The glorious volume knob matches the case perfectly if you're going with black. So yeah, other than that, I do really like the Next Time 75, and the keycaps are perfectly fine. I'm happy to take the clones over the reals, as I don't want to pay that stupid price. And finally, the MX Browns. I know that's not everyone's choice, but I do like the tactile feel. And again, this is my first ever build, so I'm not too familiar with switches, so I just went with the basic one that everyone starts with and chose a MX Brown. I will be building a 60% keyboard next, and I will be using linear switches, as that will be my gaming keyboard. For now, this is my gaming keyboard, but I did have a Ducky 1.2 Mini, but I dislike it massively compared to this. This is completely better than my Ducky. If you are stuck between a Ducky and a custom 60%, go with the custom 60%. I very much dislike the Ducky compared to what I've built here. So yeah, next keyboard will be a 60% with linear switches. Let me know what switches to go with in the comments. I'm not too sure yet, but we'll see what I go with. So I don't think there's really anything else to say other than doing this sound test and letting you hear it with the O-rings and without the O-rings. remove these O-rings. Reattach. .69 words per minute. Hopefully you enjoyed the sound test and let me know what you think of the keyboard. I definitely prefer the O-rings, it definitely sounds a lot nicer. So the spacebar doesn't rattle. The issue isn't the rattle, I guess it's just, I don't even know why it is so loud. There's no rattle, it's lubed properly, it's just very loud. So the O-rings definitely make that a lot better, and I'll be sticking, actually will be sticking with the O-rings. I think I'll put the O-rings on, even though I said I wouldn't. I think I will be using the O-rings. But in conclusion, great keyboard, next time 75, definitely recommend. Everything else I brought, I definitely recommend. Also, another nice little thing about this next time 75 keyboard is it comes with foam already put in between the PCB and the plate. I'm not sure if there's foam below it, I'm guessing there is if there's foam in between the PCB and the plate. I haven't actually taken it apart. It's nice that they do that stuff for you already. But overall, I do really like the keyboard, and hopefully you guys do too. And give me some ideas in the comments for the next keyboard. Also, give me your own ratings on this, like what could I have done better, what can I do to improve it, and what do you think of the build?